Freelancing is a reality. Amid COVID-19, everybody understands the importance of working from home and utilizing their skills, selling them online, and make a money. Well, freelancing does not necessarily mean that you are selling the uh, tech services on different freelance marketplaces, the likes of Upwork, Guru.com, and Fiverr.com. But as far as I'm concerned, freelancing, anything that helps you generate money while you're boss of your own, you're self-employed, you are not hired by someone to do 9 to 5 job. That's called freelancing. So if you are a good guitarist, you are a freelance guitarist. If you got a YouTube channel, you are a freelance YouTuber. And same goes for the blogger. If you are blogging for yourself and getting a decent amount of viewership and making money from Google AdSense and sponsorship programs, you are a freelance blogger. People often ask me how to increase your chances of winning freelance jobs. So, by the way, the link of this particular blog post is given in the description of this video, but I'm going to quickly skim through the important attributes that could enhance your chances of winning freelance jobs. The first one being communication skills. English is an international business language, and if you are someone from South Asia, from Kenya, from Philippines, from China, that's where I'm usually watched. My videos, if I look at the insights demographics of my viewership, that's primarily coming from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Philippines, Singapore, China, Kenya for that matter. So English is an international business language. If you want to become a successful freelancer on the internet, the first thing first is you got to work on this soft skill. Learn how to communicate and learn how to write effectively in English. And luckily for you, you are living in an era unlike we, the .com generation that was supposed to rely on our instance and fall back to dictionary if we were supposed to choose some nice fancy words in our conversation. In your case, you're aided by many computer aided programs. The best widget here is Grammarly widget. If you can install Grammarly on your browser, not only it corrects your spelling mistakes, but it also identifies the tone of your content, which is very important. Because if you write a proposal as a freelancer, assumingly you are, a tech freelancer who is offering their services on different freelance marketplaces, so therefore you are required to submit proposals on different jobs that match your expertise and resonate well with your skill set. In this case, widget like Grammarly weighs in very heavily and goes in a long way in identifying the correct tone, which is the active tone. Not only it identifies the passive tone, not only it points out your grammar mistakes, but it also points out your spelling mistakes. So it's an amazing must-have tool for all freelancers. And if you want to become a successful freelancer, the first thing you need to focus on is work on your communication skills. English primarily, because again, I'm saying this third time, English is an international business language. As someone who was hardly out of Punjab, leave alone Pakistan, when I was growing up as a freelancer, I used to read a lot of English books and watch a lot of English movies. And then, of course, courtesy YouTube, the life has just got a little too easier because you are able to watch programs that better resonate with your feelings, with your preferences, with your liking, and therefore you show a lot of interest in trying to understand that language and learn new words and enhance your vocabulary. The second thing you need to focus on is the tone of your writing. Now, of course, aggressive tone does not make any sense. Imagine you're writing a proposal to win someone's project. You're persuading them to give you their money by awarding them a project or going in business with you, and at the same time How do you expect yourselves even a fair chance if your tone is aggressive, if your tone is sort of like a passive tone? So that is where the active tone comes into equation, and that is where Grammarly can help you out. Work on improving the tone of your writing. Work on improving the tone of your communication skills. Goes in a long way in completion of your objective. The third thing is, if you're a technical freelancer, you could be a good graphic designer, good web developer, uh, content writer, maybe a virtual assistant. Unless and until your proposal clearly identifies the solution to the client's problem, you do not stand a fair chance of winning their interest. And when I say you do not stand a fair chance of winning their interest, I predominantly refer to the importance of clients even going halfway through your proposals. Because if you're not providing an appropriate solution to the problems they have put forth in their project placement, how do you even expect yourself to be read all the way till end and to be contacted for a business related inquiry? Fourth thing is portfolio. As a freelancer, unless and until you do not have a good portfolio, or to put things in perspective, if you're not backed up by a good portfolio, you do not even stand a chance of winning in a project, or grabbing clients' interest. When I was growing up as a freelancer in the late 90s, I've been doing freelancing for over 2 decades. I was the first Pakistani who was ranked in top 10 in one of the world's largest freelance marketplace called Guru.com. First Pakistani who was showcased on their homepage in Hall of Fame as a testimonial. And of course, the first South Asian to have achieved a milestone of earning over 1 million US dollars, which of course speaks volume about the work my organization renders to the clients. But on forefront lies the portfolio, because portfolio sort of like acts as a product you can showcase on the shelf. So imagine you are a store and someone walks in, if they're looking for a product, and if they can find that product on the shelf, there's a good chance that they're gonna buy that particular product. In the case of Asian markets, of course, they're gonna ask for the price, but in case of West, the price is clearly stated on over the product. Unless and until you do not have a good portfolio, it's like having an empty shelf with no product to showcase. How do you expect client to contact you? How do you expect client to even get in touch with you? Because you do not have a prior experience. Now, again, glass half full, half empty. You might just ask a question: how do I build my portfolio? My advice here is invest towards a goal. Work for free for probably like 4 or 5 different projects. So if you're a logo designer, approach 5 different individuals around you. Request them that if you need a logo, I'm gonna design a logo absolutely free, no strings attached. And anybody with the right frame of mind who probably have not got their corporate identity designed would ask you to go ahead and create a logo. By creating 5 different logos, you are providing yourselves with the 5 different portfolio samples, and then you can include these 5 different portfolio samples in your proposal, which of course gives you an extra advantage over a competitor, a freelancer whose proposal is not backed up with a good portfolio. So if your proposal has a portfolio, of course it adds a lot of value and a weightage as well. Last thing, response time. I've observed that many freelancers, look, I've done over 2,500 projects in 22 years. It's a huge number, and I take a lot of pride in my achievements, primarily because I was glued to my computer screen. Yes, I've sacrificed my major part of my life. Of course, if you talk about spending 22 good years doing freelancing, and out of those 22 good years, assumingly the active years were around 15 or 16 doing freelancing, sitting on my desk, at times literally sleeping under the desk. Your guess is as good as mine that how much time I would have devoted to this freelancing business. And the reason why I call this a business is because, of course, you're making money, right? But if your response time is not good, if you lag in a good response time, clients do not have time to wait for you to sort of like get out of your comfort zone and wait till the hell freezes over. No, it's a saturated marketplace. It's a survival of the fittest. And unless and until you are responsive enough, where you communicate effectively without wasting time, you do not even stand a chance of staying in the competition, because someone who is more responsive, someone whose communication skill is far better than yours, would take your place, and they're going to topple you off the competition. So these are my 5 takeaways. Again, if you want to learn more about these 5 important elements, you can see the description, and there's a link in there, and click on the link. That's my blog, beingguru.com. By the way, if you want to learn more about freelancing, hover your mouse all the way to the top, and you will see the menu that says freelancing. Click on that and you will come across my fair assessment is around 400 plus different blog posts covering freelancing. So I have written in detail about how to set up your career as a freelancer, the do's and don'ts of freelancing, how to write an effective proposal on traditional freelance marketplaces like Upwork, Guru.com, Freelancer.com, how to set up your gigs on Fiverr, which is a non-traditional freelance marketplace, how to win orders on Fiverr, how to cancel an order on Fiverr, how to withdraw money to your bank account, and how to stay on clock, put yourself on clock if you want to become an efficient freelancer. Everything is covered in detail. Of course, it's a summary of 4.5 years writing about this niche, freelancing. I look forward to your participation in the next video. Bye for now.